Legend War here, and today we've got a raiding your Doomstack video where we're covering a Heralds of Ariel Zoat spam army going up against the dwarfs, where they've got two fairly mid-range armies where, you know, Longbeards, mid-tier sort of unit, Thunderers, loads of artillery, heaps of it, which these units here, if they can get them into melee, it's pretty good. Now we're also caught in the World Root stance, which in most cases for the Wood Elves is actually quite good, but in this situation here it's actually quite bad, because these guys here, they don't have a lot of pushing power. They can't just push right over a unit of infantry, especially dwarfs. So if their artillery are in the back here, and we attack head on, then we basically can't get at their artillery, and their artillery will just shoot over their heads no problem and absolutely annihilate them. So what I usually do with this sort of battle here, because I usually have a treeman spam army, I hide in this area here. The treemen fight really well in the forests. If they've got any artillery, the trees provide extra missile block chance, and then I constantly just use life magic to heal myself. But in this case here, I don't think these guys work well in that situation. They've all got life magic, but they've got low tier life spells, and Earthblood isn't great for multi-entity units. So things with like any more than one troop in it, because you can't revive them from the dead. But we'll just see how we go here. If you were watching my Dryka campaign from last night, I went up against a similar sort of situation where I got caught in the underway stance, and Ungrim came at me with a Slayer army, and I only had an early game army, but I had a few treemen in there. But I just used life magic and destroyed the entire army with life magic. Now the problem here is that he's got beast magic. Now, if you're playing Wood Elves, you should always have a Life Wizard in your army. There's no excuse not to. Beast Magic is awful. There's no redeeming qualities to Beast Magic. It has low tier spells and just can't dish out any damage. The summon spells aren't great, so you summon 2 eagles that don't last very long. It's just an awful lore of magic, compared to life magic at least. Like, you've got Earthblood, really good healing spell. You've got Dwellers Below, which could just annihilate dwarfs. You've got Shield of Thorns that can provide additional physical resistance, really good for Wood Elves. I don't really use that spell too much, but you got that, and you got Regrowth. Looking at Beast Magic, you got Flock of Doom, which is a good early game spell, but it doesn't do much damage, and you have to constantly keep using it over and over again. The Transformation of Cardon, I think that's overpriced for how long those eagles last. They show up and then they go almost instantly. they don't last very long. Amber Spear is, excuse me, it's decent, but it could be a bit finicky. It's not the best spell to use in the game, not by a long shot. I think the best spell in this game, in this Lore of Magic, sorry, is the Curse of Anrahir. Minus 24 melee attack, and it does last a decent amount of time. It only costs 8 Winds of Magic, so that's not too bad. But comparing it to Life Magic, I just don't understand why you would pick a Beast Wizard over a Life one. Makes no sense to me at all, especially considering you don't have a Wizard as a commander. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. So yeah, we can't exactly spread out. Now, another thing to point out as well with these Doomstack videos, the whole purpose of this battle here is to test out the Zoats, not to showcase once again that I can win a battle just with magic. I think I've shown that time and time again, and that's not what people want to see in these videos, right? So we are not going to send the wizard up here on the eagle to waste all of their ammo and cast a couple of Flock of Dooms, because we do have heaps of Winds of Magic. I could go over there and thin out that army considerably, but we want to see how the Zoats perform. Okay, this is not a Doomstack if it can't rush in there and destroy them. That's the purpose of these guys. If they can't win in their intended purpose, then it's not a Doomstack. So let's see how they go. I don't have a lot of confidence with this, by the way. I don't have a good feeling about them, because I used Zoats once and I was like, I don't think so. Now, it is on very hard battle difficulty, but it's on hard campaign, so I do have the ability to pause it. Now, I'm not going to pause the battle at any time, because we're going to test this out for Legendary as well. And even though you can pause in Legendary, you shouldn't. So, there's a bunch of, like Flesh to Stone abilities here, which, it's not good, but I don't know, should use it, I suppose. It's just not a very good spell against. They got so many guns, so much armor piercing. It's just, yeah, it's not that great. Alright, now we want to be aiming for their... we want to be trying to get at their guns, but this map here is really not good for us. Gotta get... And it works so well for them. Like, that's just not going to do much damage at all. We really want to make sure we tie down these artillery. Get at them as quickly as we can. I need you to punch through there. There we go. Okay, and... Look, this is actually really not worth doing it on all of them. It's really not worth it. I shouldn't be doing it. And he's getting clobbered. We can't exactly get around them very well. The Longbeards have a lot of staying power. And they're just really good at just holding the line as long as possible. I've already just forgot about that summon. Right, just get over there. Let's get one of those in here. Gotta get at these artillery, but I just can't. They've got no pushing power. They can't just walk over a dwarf. It's not efficient, but fuck it. We gotta try to keep us guys alive as much as possible. Come on, I gotta get through here. Get to the artillery for fuck's sake. Yeah, get to the goddamn artillery. Otherwise they'll wreck us. We're so weak to artillery. And we've got to pin them down, so I'm not really utilizing the missile attacks too much. Right, you gotta get back over here. And another problem with dwarfs, of course, they fight to the goddamn death. Bouncer power's not awful though. At the moment. Thing is, we have gotten to quite a few of their artillery pieces. We've got to punch through this. Can't be using that while we're already in melee. I don't know if that's particularly useful there. Try to keep our guys alive as long as possible.
Lead guard commander. Moving fast.
Okay, it kind of looks like we're winning, kind of. But once we get rid of all the artillery, we can maybe do some hit and runs. But yeah, we've got to get rid of the artillery and the guns. Once we do that, things will be a bit easier, I think. Life magic would have been so much better here. Trying to heal as much as I can. So keep focusing on them. How are we going? Bounce power is it's something. This isn't exactly an easy army to use either. Okay, get that one out of there. How are you going?
Awaiting orders. As you say.
Let's get out of this little combat here. All the gunners are gone. Get them out. Go after this over here. How you going? You can heal yourself. Over here, guys. Over here. Get rid of the guns. Get rid of the guns. Alright, that's it, that's it. Alright, this one over here hasn't left the battlefield yet. Go over there.
Ever ready.
Your orders. My colonel. Attack.
Yeah, in any sort of battle, you want to try to take out the melee infantry last, especially against dwarfs. Because their whole purpose is just to sit there and just be a huge tar pit. Hold you down. Even it, like, even should have got a Shadow Wizard over beasts. It really has low impact. Okay, get them out of there. They're taking way too much damage. Have any spells left?
Following orders.
I'll get them out.
Speed.
Try to get all of our guys together. Since most of the guns are gone now, we need to work as one big wrecking ball. But the problem here is we're routing.
Orders. At once.
So their leadership's not amazing.
Go. Forward.
Tried to get them out of there, just couldn't do it.
Going forward. With speed. Quickly.
And yeah, this is the primary problem with the dwarves. They've, especially on very high battle difficulty, they fight to the death. Big time.
Hunter. Go.
Still just trying to get at those guns.
Ever ready.
Mount spell's still in our favor though.
Orders understood. Ready. To battle.
That's it. Everyone just stay as close to each other as possible. That way the leadership buffs as much as possible. Come on, get to the guns, get to the guns. Just avoid them. Avoid them. I'll just keep Flocker dooming them. At least they're blobbed up. Dwellers below would be so much better.
My colonel.
Oof, he's taking some damage. Get him out.
At once. I will. To battle.
So keep working on the guns.
With haste. At once. As you say.
I stand ready.
I'm not feeling this army. Really not. The Zoats alone did not do a great
Going
job.
forward. Moving fast.
Once again, like, the magic is sort of carrying us at this point here. Come on, that's it. We've got to get rid of the goddamn guns.
Battle ready.
Battle ready. Apple Lauren.
Alright, I don't have any more. Okay, I do actually have one. There we go. Give that to you.
Awaiting orders.
Right, come on.
Forward. Swiftly. With haste.
Apple Lauren.
Just keep going from missile unit to missile unit as much as possible. Man, Belagar's taking no damage. Oh, he's got a health potion, that's why.
Battle ready.
Going forward.
Ready to hunt.
Alright, I think that's the last of the missile units. Now pull them back. What we needed to do here is just rest a little bit and use some magic to heal up because we can't win against this head-on. Even though we've got the balance of power in our favor, it's just melee versus melee, we won't win here.
Ready and eager.
Because their morale is just, like, right on the edge of our leadership here.
Go.
So we tested them out, found them pretty... they're not that good. And now I'm just going to try to finish off the battle, see if I can actually manage to win it after this catastrophe. Come on, get him out.
Of course.
Alright, if I could put you in a forest, you will generate more winds of magic, because I need this guy here to do quite a bit of healing.
The hunt begins. Battle ready.
Alright, I've also got quite a few breath attacks. Now would be a good time to do it, since they don't really have any guns left. Come on, guys. Get over here. That's it. Can't move back.
Blade captain.
Send him out a little bit and try to heal up as much as possible. If I can give these guys a bit more of a heal with the Earthblood from him, that'd be good.
Deepwood Guardian, by your command, at once.
So again, just want to point this out, that this battle could have been won very easily if we had just used the wizard at the start, but again, it's not the point of the battle. It's not a saving disaster battle. So the point of this is a test. So yeah, we've got that active, generating us more wins. But I gotta heal up a little bit. We're just too badly damaged at the moment. This is why it was so important to take out all their guns.
Quickly.
Blade captain.
That's it. I think that was the last of their gun units.
Moving fast.
Okay, that's not healing any further. This one here still is. Oops, once again forgot about him.
Swiftly, forward, as you say, with haste.
Come on, move. Whatever, I don't really need him anymore, just... He used up most of his ammo, but that wasn't good. Just forgot about him. Alright, actually, you should be okay to deal with a few of these guys here. They're kind of spread out now.
Ready to serve.
Yeah, him leaving the battlefield is not a big deal.
The hunt begins.
Yeah, he left. That's fine. He'll live.
Windweaver.
Okay, it's going okay. Main thing here, I think, is just to avoid their lords. Especially Belagar, he's too strong. And move this one around over here to sort of flank a bit. Yeah, Longbeards, they do like to fight to the death.
The great hunt. Blessing of Karnos.
Okay, stay away from Belagar.
Quickly. Advance. As you say. Understood.
Alright, we definitely need to stay away from Belagar. The guy's just way too tanky, so let's pull them back. Use the last one of these to just pin him down.
Lady of Apple.
We should be fairly close to the army losses now. Yeah, they also not great at getting out of combat. Yeah, just for the most part, try to stay away from Belagar. Okay, we've still got a couple more arrows of Kurnos
My glorious.
and breath attacks, which we should use.
Fear the deepwood. To battle.
If we can lure them over here, we'll fight a bit better in the forest. Plus, we'll get a lot more winds of magic.
Azrael May.
That's it. Just keep avoiding Belagar. This is too strong.
Ready and eager. As you say.
Alright, it's pretty much no avoiding him now. It's one of the last fighters left.
Battle ready. I away. Orders. I will comply. Send news. With haste. Quickly.
Pretty funny if Belagar by himself could actually beat all my guys. Victories in a grass. Okay, that means the army losses should be like any second now.
Child of Kurnos. Awaiting orders.
There we go. Alright, so that was not good. That was not good. Yeah, that is not a strong army. Like, the Beast Wizard got 188 kills. I mean, here's the thing. Every Law of Magic is better than no Law of Magic. But, when you have the option of Shadow or Life Magic, if we had Life Magic in this battle, I probably could have inflicted at least 300 to 500 kills with far less Winds of Magic cost used, just because the spells are just way more potent. Oh, look at that, we didn't actually lose any units, how about that? But here's the thing, if we had used a Treeman spam with a Life Wizard, we would have gotten through this with virtually no damage. The only real concern would have been the artillery, but since we hide in the forest, that acts as like a massive shield. And plus they have huge amounts of missile resistance anyway, and it wouldn't have really done that much damage, plus you just keep healing it. So I think that this army would have been a lot better, even with just a Life Wizard, but the Zoats themselves didn't really inflict that much damage, especially considering their dampening ability is supposed to be particularly good against dwarfs. These numbers aren't... They're not horrible, but for a Doomstack, it doesn't cut it. We definitely can't rely only on the Zoats. You definitely need a better combination than this. I still don't really think that the Way Watcher needs to, the Way Stalker needs to be in there. This guy was very useful in healing our guys. The Glade Captain did great. The Glade Lord did very well. Got the most number of kills by the look of it. Alright, so rating this, I'd probably give it 6 out of 10. You can win battles with this, but it doesn't really utilize the Wood Elf's strengths. Because it's not really... You can't just sit there and wait in the trees like you can with the treemen. So you sort of have to go out and fight them out in the field with them. Because if you just sit in the trees, these guys end up getting killed off quite easily. We definitely couldn't have sat there just tanking those shots with them. It absolutely would not work. Yeah, so I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It's not awful. It's pretty bad for a Doomstack. It's not a Doomstack. But it's not the worst army ever. And if you want something thematic, I guess it's interesting. But monstrous sort of cavalry like this, the regular dragon ogres, I've definitely noticed big problems with them. They do tend to get stuck. Not quite as badly as regular cavalry, but they do get stuck, and they don't kill that easily, and they get caught in a blob, and then they're just not that good. Even with hit and running, just doesn't really work that well. Very micro-intensive as well, which it loses points. So yeah, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. That's the end of this one, guys. Let me know what you think about the rating below, in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Later, fuckers. Appreciate you.